Transitioning isn't the same thing as being a trans person. Not all trans people will end up taking hormones or having gender-affirming surgery. But for those that do, there's a strenuous temptation to overlook the journey for the body's new conclusion. Our concerns of safety make the rushing quite valid, and many years in the closet could leave us teaming up with our restlessness. But our transition can only ever be one day at a time. The more mindful we are in the process of transitioning, the more we can absorb and relish how it feels to finally be ourselves. We might feel bliss at something as simple as putting on a dress, or hearing a coworker use the pronoun they, or finally growing a beard. The bliss can go beyond self into just being. We can finally just be in this moment, not some far-off transition timeline like the ones we privately compare ourselves to on social media late at night. The best things in life share the same ingredient: time. They don't see time as a barrier to blast through. As great as it feels when the estrogen or testosterone are finally sent to our pharmacy, the best prescription we can have is a conscious reminder every day that our lives are very brief. Our authentic self is as temporary as any disguise we wore before. The softened skin or new hairy legs are important in a relative sense, but we forget how temporary they are in the larger system of our universe. When things are going well, an authentic life can still be tempted to rush through the days, to fall for the illusion of a rapid, magic bullet. But we need to be here, whatever here is. If here is slightly scared and with a goal in view, or if here is us feeling sublime and incomplete and trusting our self-worth when others should test us. We need this moment, whatever it is. The awareness of impermanence can stimulate us to work harder on things for our transition, especially when our confidence might be shaken and the fears of failing return. Meditations on impermanence might get us doing those daily voice exercises, or finally updating our birth certificate, or just enjoying some casual sex and just allowing our body to feel beautiful however we look. Impermanence might help us stop feeling ashamed of our body. The access or lack of access to trans healthcare is an important topic, but for now we're looking at how to cope when we do have access, and yet there's still a dissatisfaction blocking the sensations of being alive and being trans. It could take 6 years before our gender expression looks as we desire it to, or 10 years until we've moved on from desire. Maybe it'll take half a lifetime until we stop trying to impress people who don't have our best interests in mind, and that's when we'll begin to focus with a restorative gratitude on the few friends that care. It'll feel miraculous, finally discovering friends that love us at any stage of our transitioning. It might only be a few people, but we'll cherish everything about them. Patience isn't about settling. When it's safe to do so, we should aim to let ourselves and let reality both be authentic. We can also aim to treat transitioning like a sacred journey for understanding, where gender-affirming activities are treated like rituals. We can meditate on how the expansion of the cosmos could lead to a person like us, or if our experiences with being trans are reflected in space, or nature, or music. We can ask ourselves, what role can we play in the world now that we've stopped playing the role of our former false identity? Hearing the one day at a time phrase feels very cliche. It's often attributed in a harsh way to underachievers or tacky religious decorations or alcoholics in AA meetings. In our youth, we can't possibly imagine it's true. We think our willpower could speed things up, even though life can have moments of love and recovery and fulfillment. Life's inevitable guarantees are of loss and obscurity. We won't get back the time we rushed through. no matter how satisfying the results are. We know with learning that the mastery of any skill can only come from repetition. The mastery of a happy, visible, transgender life will come from time and self-acceptance. Let's aim to arrive at this moment with self-acceptance, the kind we assume only the future can deliver. The spirit of trans beauty is here, but it's also transient.